Since attaining his powers of speed, Jay Garrick has been a full-time crime fighter. He's willing to serve his country.
Jay Garrick, reporting for duty.
And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You've made it back to my channel, and I have got a special one for you today because it's always special. Raze always says it's special. And Raze has got a beat he's got to deal with right now.
A little super speed rub-down should get this all melty again.
So we have Jay Garrick. Jay Garrick is the Flash. He was the original Flash. He was the one that came before all the rest. He helped co-found. He came out in 1940. He's one of the first run superheroes that ever existed, and obviously modeled upon the god Mercury.
As long as I live and breathe, I fight evildoers.
Jay Garrick was actually one of those characters that, like, always kind of personified what a superhero was supposed to be. He was very, very incorruptible. Part of the reason why it made sense for him to come back, like after the Golden Age had passed, and they brought the Golden Age characters back in modern day, it made sense for him to be kind of the grandfather of all of them, and the incarnation of the Justice Society of America that ended up being more of a mentorship of new superheroes. Jay Garrick, while he was never officially voted or, named the leader, it just kind of something that he took over. And he personified that better than like Green Lantern or Hourman or any of those original heroes. The Flash was pretty much the closest thing you got as far as just that upholding good manner as Superman. Like, he was up there with that. And while he never beat Superman in any of the races that they have done throughout the years, there were many Flash versus Superman races, and Jay Garrick never won any of those. I think it happened twice, maybe once or twice. But yeah, Superman proved to be the faster of the two. And not to say that Superman always won races with Flash, but there have been many Flashes, and he beat Jay Garrick, but he didn't beat them all. So yeah, it's wonderful to have this character. They love keeping him with the World War II aesthetic. Either being from around that time or depicting stories where it is that time. He really shined in his time, and it reflects in his later in life experiences. He's one of the Golden Age characters that I think they really did right by, as far as giving him a good long legacy.
That's a compliment, yes?
Flash is one of the biggest as far as the Golden Age characters. He's one of the quintessential ones.
All right, old man. Time to get in on the action.
He was one that definitely needed to be added to the Raze Chaos's little DC collection that he's been putting together. I'm going to put you away, and we're going to talk about this guy a little bit more. This is the Golden Age Flash from the Flash TV show, which is really fitting, and this is part of the reason why I am so happy that I've gotten this one. The version they did in the Flash TV series off the CW is they brought John Wesley Shipp, which, if you know your Flash cinematic history, he played the Flash in 1990-91 series.
Get ready for more than meets the eye. Get ready for The Flash.
And And I remember watching that series and absolutely loving it at the time. And yes, it was basically they were pumping out, they were trying to make it as Tim Burton Batman-like as they possibly could, but still being the Flash, which I think part of what made it appealing and part of what hurt it. That and the extreme budget that it took for all those effects way back then was just, I mean, it had to be a blockbuster show or it wasn't going to fly. I mean, it never had bad ratings, but it never had the ratings it needed to in order to justify making it. So that's why it didn't last long. And, you know, it's one of those things where you're just kind of watching it and you're like, man, I wish they made more of those. So I was absolutely tickled pink when John Wesley Shipp was brought back to play Jay Garrick in the Flash TV show. Which I thought was absolutely perfect. And I know he got to do like a little cameo as his other Flash version during the Crisis ordeal that they managed to do in the CW universe, Arrowverse, if you will. But he kind of reminded you that, yes, he is the Flash. Like either Barry Allen or Jay Garrick, this was the man that was meant to play the Flash. Even though he didn't get a very long chance to do it. So we are going to take this guy out and have a look at him because, yeah, of course we're going to. Here he is. This is so awesome. The costume isn't exactly the way it would have been in the comics, which is understandable because they were doing a real life version of it. So I really understand, but it really gave him a chance to puff out his chest. And of course that helmet is what really reminds you that was really his trademark. A lot of people used to make comments about how Jay Garrick just basically put on a hat and went and been the Flash and nobody would recognize him. What he would do is he would vibrate the molecules of his face to the point where it would always be a blur when you tried to look at it. And so that's why he was able to do that, though I can't imagine having to blur your face, have to move the molecules of your face constantly. That would just get so old so fast. But like I said, the costume isn't exact, comic book accurate, and that's just fine, but I love the fact, looks like the TV version, definitely. I love the gray hair. I love everything. Ooh. Love everything about this. Yeah, he is the Flash. He is the Golden Age Flash.
Are you referring to mine or yours?
Yeah, I've got, as a lot of you know, I spend every other Thursday going on to the Bearded Barbarians live stream. Won't be doing it this week, but I will next week, and I'm sure I will catch some flack for doing a Flash video, because if you have paid attention to the Bearded Barbarians YouTube channel, you know that he always says he hates the Flash.
Like a broken record, son.
Yeah, it kind of gets old. He doesn't really have a good excuse as to why he hates the Flash. He calls him a one-trick pony, but it's just like, yeah, but not really. I don't get it, but, you know, I think that Jay Garrick is an absolute treasure as far as superhero characters go. If you're going to make a superhero, he would be a template that you would want to follow. If you didn't have Superman, the Flash would be your next best bet. If you're going to do a modern hero, then it would be Nightwing, because of course it would be Nightwing. Yeah, you're not going to get away from that. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Leave a like on it if you did, and subscribe for more, because Raze brings out new videos every Tuesday and every Friday. Tuesday is a single pop video. Fridays are anything goes, and you never know what Raze is going to bring you on Friday. He's going to bring you something, and it's going to be weird. But otherwise, I do comic book covers on Wednesday when I have them. And I get all of them except for Star Wars. Yeah, the occasional Double or Nothing weekend. Yeah, there's always something to look forward to on Raze Chaos's channel. Because even if I don't have a video, you get a short at the very least. So, what's not to be excited about? You get to come and look at this stuff.
I don't know. I bet it tastes fine in butter.
But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now. And never forget that life is full of odd moments. And you never know when you'll be defined.
This is war.
And as for the Flash versus the Bearded Barbarian,